I know some of y'all out there like Group of Five. Who cares? That's for the casual fan. But for the real college football fans, I'm gonna be tuned in on Thursday weekend to watch this border war.
The fanatic, where we keep it 100, keep it real. That's the only way we know how to be. Talking that sports talk, you know what I'm saying? Straight out of South Carolina, upstate, A64. Yeah, the FANATTIC, the fanatic, where we keep it OG. We talking sports, so I call what
Welcome into the Fan Act Sports Channel for sports fans by sports fans. It's your boy Coach I.
And I'm the stat guy.
That's right, man. We back for our final video of the best games of 2022, at least in our minds, what we think. We've done all the Power 5 conferences, and now we're talking about the best games in the Group of 5. If you like the content so far, man, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, man. It helps our content get out there to other people so they can join in and be a part of the Fan Addict. Before we get started, in those comments, man, if you are a real college football fan, tell us what Group of 5 games you think are most important. So before we get started, how you feeling, Stat Guy?
Hey, feeling good. You know, doing the homework, man, it was crazy. What, six Power 6 Group of 5s finished in the top 25 last year? Definitely kind of a new wave where teams are running tables or one loss playing a tough enough schedule. They can hang in there and stay in there at the end of the
That's
year.
right.
Make it to some better bowl games. You know, college football.
That's right.
All about the G's.
That's right, man. And 6 of them finished in the top 25, with Cincy being the highest at number 4, of course, making their inaugural appearance for the Group of 5 in the college football playoffs. Hey, they did their best, man. They didn't let Alabama score a whole bunch of points, but you know, I think Alabama knew all they had to do was run the ball. So, hey, Cincy had a good year, man. Cincy is like now one of the perennial, Group of 5 teams, always scratching the surface. They gave Georgia a good battle in the New Year's Six the year before, and then they made it to the playoffs this year. Now it's gonna be interesting to see what they do without Desmond Ridder and Sauce Gardner and the likes of those kind of guys. So, man, let's jump right into this, man. Best Group of 5 games for 2022. What you got, Stat Guy?
So kicking us off, week 5 on Thursday night, two teams that finished in the top 25 last year. You got Utah State heading to BYU, going to Provo on a Thursday night.
Listen. BYU Utah is a rival, I know. You gotta thank Utah State. If y'all BYU Utah State fans, if y'all catching this video, let us know how big this rivalry is, because it's still inside the same state. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got those Michigan teams and then those Florida teams. It's like, who are the real rivals? We know, like I say, we know BYU Utah, but I'm pretty sure Utah State and BYU ain't got no love lost out there.
And I'll tell you, for me, I think that says a lot for BYU being an independent, what they're doing on the schedule. I know they kind of came out last year. Anybody, anytime, anywhere, they're down to play. Yep. You look at it, they go to Boise later this year. They went to Coastal in years past. They are not afraid to put their money where their mouth is and go put it on the football field and leave it all out there. And I think their end of the year ranking has shown that lately, with being able to go out and just play with anybody.
Yeah, Utah State finished number 24 in the final top 25 rankings, and BYU finished number 19. So like you said earlier, man, with 6 of these 6 Group of 5 teams finished in the top 25. Hey, Power 5 schools that didn't finish in the top 25, South Carolina. Hey, man, listen here. Group of 5 out here doing it on you. Come on now, get it together. You know what I'm saying? On to the next game, Jeff. What's the next game on the list, man?
I'll let you take that shot. The next game, we're heading over to the American. We got the playoff bandits. They got them a little taste. Obviously, probably didn't go the way they wanted. But week 8, they're traveling to SMU. Going to the road. SMU's been known for their offense, obviously, since he handled them pretty well last year. But I think that's definitely something, kind of a rivalry brewing over there in the American. And tough sledding.
Last year you said they handled them, but they did play at Cincy. So you say they go on the road to SMU. It's a different kind of story. Like I said, again, they're not going to have Desmond Ridder. They're not going to have Sauce Gardner. Kobe Bryant, and when he left, the other that was the corner from the year before. But they always have a pretty good corner, and this will be the first full season I mean, it's only the second full season without Marcus Freeman at the defense. So I think the defense was pretty good last year, but I don't know if it was as good as it was when Marcus Freeman was there. So we'll see how their defensive coordinator does in his second full year. Normally, those players get accustomed to the coach's defensive scheme, and even though he might have lost one of the best corners in the nation, they still may be like that. But this game will go a long way to decide, who's trying to get in those New Year's Six bowls.
Well, and the other thing too, I mean, when their offense, until it ran into that Bama defense, was pretty nasty all year, and I think it makes your defense a lot better when people feel like going into the game, it's going to take 35 to
That's
win.
true.
I mean, when you mindset you got to hang 35 going in, that's not a pretty mindset to have, because now you kind of playing a little bit faster, kind of put yourself in bad situations, go turnover prone or whatever.
Yeah,
So we'll see. Should be some good games out in the American
you said
this
that's
year.
week 8. That's pivotal. Like at that point, if you're still in the hunt for New Year's Six, that's a must win. You know what I'm saying? Because as a group of 5, we all know you can't lose a game and play for a New Year's Six, really. You know what I'm saying? You got to go unscathed. So what's game number 3 on the docket? We've already covered the number 4 team in the final rankings in Cincy, the number 19 team in BYU, the number 24 team in Utah State. Who else we got out there?
So week 10, Thursday night, we're heading down to Coastal Carolina, little Conway action. They play on a turf field, and they got them boys from Boone coming to town from App State. App State at Coastal, little Sunbelt action for you. Obviously, Louisiana with Napier leaving for Florida. I think that opens that conference up. You got 2 teams that have been right on their heels anyway. I think this game could go a long way and to decide what goes on in the Sun Belt this year.
I mean, just 2 years ago, Coastal was flirting with a New Year's Six. You know what I'm saying? Battling between them and Cincinnati, and then App State's been good consistently. I think Louisiana came up and kind of took the spotlight from them, last year. But App State is known to be to run the Sun Belt. But this is that border war. You know what I'm saying? North Carolina the state of North Carolina versus the state of South Carolina. Grayson McCall coming back for seeming like his 20th year. Dude's good, but it seems like he's been there forever. App State just runs a good program, man. They know how to win. And where'd you say that game was?
That game is in Conway at Coastal Carolina on the Tilt Turf.
Yeah.
Don't get it mixed up with the blue turf up there in Idaho, but they do a little something special down there in Conway
that
too.
Might be that also that might be a old conference championship game preview right there. It's in you say it's week 10, so that's when it starts to get cold. So good thing for Coastal that game's not at App State, because I'm pretty sure it'd be snowing by then.
You play App State in November.
Yeah.
You don't want, and it's a Thursday game, so it's a 7:30 kickoff. That ain't pretty. That sun already behind them mountain skies, baby. It gets frigid up there.
I know some of y'all out there like group of 5. Who cares? That's for the casual fan, but for the real college football fans, I'm gonna be tuned in on Thursday, week 10, to watch this border war.
For the fans out there, if y'all looking for a place to go find out how to tailgate, make your way down to Conway, South Carolina. It's always in the top 5 for party schools in the country. Them boys down there in Coastal know how to throw down. So maybe, that could be a game. Maybe that's a game the fan addict takes a little week road trip to.
Who knows? Who knows what we're going to pop up? And for those that haven't been to the state of South Carolina, Conway is Coastal Carolina. It's right down there by Myrtle Beach. So, I mean, you can always go down there when it's not cold and get you a little beach action with some football on the weekend, man. So that's game 3, man. What is game 4 on the slate?
So we're heading back to the American. 2 more teams that I think could have a shot to make a push for a decent little bowl game. You got Houston at ECU playing in the other Greenville, North Carolina.
Oh, they got to go to Greenville, North Carolina. I don't know, man. I think Houston. Listen, just without even seeing, what week is this?
This is going to be week 12. So this could really, depending on what happens in that Cincy SMU game, all these teams play each other, man. Yes.
Listen.
The American could be fun this year.
Man. Houston's athletic program is just doing good all around, man. Had like an Elite 8 performance appearance in the NCAA tournament. Their football team did pretty good, finishing at number 17 in the top 25. And then I think their baseball team ain't that bad. I think this will be a good game because it's on the road. I don't know, ECU, they kind of be up and down, man. If it was at Houston, then I might just go ahead and pick Houston. But since it's at ECU, hey, they gave y'all all y'all wanted last year, so who knows?
Well, the other thing, it's a week 12 game or week.
Yeah, week 12.
Yeah, week 12. So you're looking, late in the year. They probably looking at a high noon kickoff, which is keep it a buck. They probably looking at a high noon kickoff if they try to be on TV. So that's you traveling halfway across the country to kick off at noon. Hey, you never know.
And so we'll see how that goes. What's the last game coming up for the group of 5? The games that we think are going to be the most interesting or play the biggest part in the group of 5 for next year.
So last game, we're heading back to the Sun Belt. Louisiana at Texas State. Obviously, Texas State had the huge run last year until they ran into Louisiana in the championship of the Sun Belt. But hey, look out! That's week 13. So
and this would be without Billy Napier. We already see some progress he's making down in Gainesville that wasn't made by the previous regime. So we'll see how Louisiana is going to handle, being their first year without Napier. This might be a prime time for Texas State to strike and get them And
Texas State.
Yeah. So, was that last part? Say that again. What was the last part?
Oh, I'd say could be big for them to go get them an upset, get to play at home last week of the year. That could be a division title potentially on the line, depending on with what goes on that App State Coastal game.
Look at the Sun Belt with the important games. App State, Coastal, Louisiana, Texas State. Look at them. What's up? Sun Belt say they here and they ready. Let's do it. Man, those are the group of 5 games for 2022 that we think are going to be the most interesting and might play a part in whether or not a group of 5 gets back to the New Year's 6. I don't know. Hey, Cincy been holding it down, but we'll see with all those departures if anybody else can come up and take their throne in the group of 5. Anything else you got on the group of 5 before we get out of here?
Just as far as the bonus, obviously the Commander-in-Chief trophy gets played between Air Force, Army, Navy. Got to show our cadet school some love. Obviously, I don't foresee any of them playing their way into a New Year's 6 game this year, but those games are always fun. Seeing the cadets and the soldiers line the sidelines, doing the push-ups after touchdowns. Those games always rock us, man. So those should be a load of fun. They play for a cool trophy and have a little round robin. Everybody plays everybody, best record. And obviously they have weird tiebreaker rules that if there's a tie, they don't go into some crazy formula, everything. If there's a tie, whoever holds the trophy keeps the trophy.
Right. That's right, man. So there it is, man. You got the best games of group of 5 as per the Fan Addict with Coach I and Jeff the Stat Guy. Don't forget to get in the comments. Tell us if you're a real college football fan. Tell us what group of 5 games you're looking forward to, or if you are a group of 5 fan, why your team should be considered. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. For Jeff the Stat Guy, Coach I.
We got it jumping like it's that valley. I call my dogs out the pound, let's go eat. Turn on the Fan Addict, let's have a debate. Who really hold down the Southeast from state to state? What team hungry gonna eat everything up off they plate?